There's a word that I've wanted to use to describe my schedule the last few weeks, and it's a bad word. It's a word that people use the wrong way too often. That word is busy. Busy is easily mistaken for scattered. Last week, I launched a little side project called Comet Pilgrim, which is just this little micro SaaS that does one thing, and it was a challenge to build this thing in 7 days. Throwing that on top of my already complete schedule of activities with running Tetheros made me feel a little bit overwhelmed in a way. I wanted to use the word busy, like I felt so busy. But last night I sat down, took complete inventory of everything, and realized that busy wasn't the right word. Lack of focus really was. Scattered really was. And I asked the question, what do I really want out of this? My objective was two different things. One, I wanted to simplify this stack of activities in my life. And two, I wanted to drive results on a very small subset of those things. And there were a few things that came out of this activity that I learned. The first is that it's good to map your commitments out regularly. It's easy to coast through life or make agreements, and some things transform into bigger commitments than you ever expected, just because you said yes that one time you showed up, and now that thing has grown under your nose without you even realizing that you're now, spending several hours a week on it when it was originally just this fun little one-off thing. Mapping out your commitments forces you to be a little more introspective with your calendar and your schedule, and to see those things in a different context than when you're in those things. So you're kind of managing your life rather than running your life at that point. Second, an exercise like that forced me to be more intentional about whether I'm in yes mode or no mode. Am I agreeing to a lot of things, or am I denying a lot of things? What's my default? The decision is whether you want to be more agreeable to those things, or whether you want to be more protective over your schedule and your time so that you can invest that back into everything else that you want to focus on. Another thing that activity did was it forced me to establish boundaries and timelines. I looked at each of these categories in my life and I decided, what do I want to do with this? What do I not want to do with this? Specifically for some of the products that I run, I decided, I scattered my intention and my focus and my energy on a lot of different channels inside of this category of product. Can I take that and just focus on one rather than trying to do everything at once? Only when I've won at a single game do I want to start playing other games, but over time, I just start playing these other games without even realizing, just because it's something you do. And all of a sudden, I'm doing a lot of things with less time rather than less things with a lot of time. And I think that's the biggest key towards managing your time. And the difference between feeling busy and feeling focused is how much time are you able to commit to the amount of activities. Focus is amount of time divided by number of activities. So you can either increase your time, which is hard to do, or you could decrease the amount of activities you have, and that's focus. As fun as it is to brag that I'm busy, it's not that I was busy, it's not that I am busy, it's that I'm not focused. And so if you run into me in the next few days and I'm just not agreeing to do anything, or I don't want to do anything, or I'm not helpful, or you feel like I'm giving you the cold shoulder, it's actually more like I've decided that for at least now in this season, maybe my default is to be a little more of a no, and I'm going to spend time investing in these things because I don't want to add more activities to the denominator of my focus equation. Anyways, that's all I have. I hope some of that was helpful, useful, insightful. I'll see you in the next video.